Hello everyone, Reggie Time here again with the second video of my playing 13 snap. No idea how many it's going to be. It's going to be a mix of these videos, some Sky videos, who knows what. While Sky have the ship promotion going on, that makes it hard for me to play against fish. If we're not going to be able to play against fish, we may as well play in soft speed poker games, or the softest that I can find speed poker games, to just improve my volume. If my win rate's going to go down, then my volume needs to go up to try and maintain my hourly. So yeah, at peak times we're not going to be playing on Sky, we're going to be playing on 888, and off peak we're going to be playing on Sky. And if we can't get any traffic on Sky, any games on Sky, we're just not going to be playing at all, because playing off peak on these sites, it's not a particularly good idea most of the time. It's hard to find good games, and I'm all about finding good games. That is why I exist in poker. Bet the King Queen now, just to deny equity to single heart type hands, 10 Jack, that type of thing. He doesn't bet the flop on the Ace Queen X board. I don't expect him to have an Ace too often. Don't think many guys are going to be checking back Ace X on many flops. Would normally steal with the 9-10 off versus two fish, but again, we're running into a fish in the blinds that has no money, so it makes it a much less enticing proposition. Flop nothing with the 10-9 suited, because he doesn't have a full stack and expect him to be a fish. He can just have a lot of nonsense that can just want to check fold here, so he's going to take a small stab. If he calls, we're only going to barrel if our hand improves, either in terms of its equity or I didn't realise we're multi-way. That's a pretty poor c-bet multi-way. Didn't realise we're multi-way. Didn't see this guy in the pot. The plan was against this guy was to just double barrel any diamond, any 10, any 9, give up on the rest. But had I known we were multi-way, then I wouldn't even have bothered betting. Mistake by me. We all make them. I tend not to beat myself up too much with the small ones and just give myself a tap on the wrist. That's all I'm going to do there. Happens to us all. If Adrianov had more chips, we would defend the 9-6 suited, but he doesn't, so we're not going to. As I said in my first video, if you haven't caught that, do go back and find it. I'm going to be opening 3/4 pot from under the gun middle position, and this stupid little half pot thing from cut off and small blind. And we're going to be, sorry, cut off and button. We're going to be 3xing from the small blind. So it's just to, I think I might have said that wrong. Early position, middle position, 3/4, cut off button, half pot, 3x small blind. If you have just found my channel, please do subscribe to it. If you're a long time subscriber and you like my content, please hit the like button. Please share it. If you frequent any poker forums or poker groups, please do share the video. Hit like, comment, just get involved. We've been check raised here, and we have an open-ended straight draw. If we make it, it's going to be pretty obvious, but we are getting 2-1, and if a high card comes up on the turn, he might just check, so we might get to see 2 cards for our money. He doesn't check, which makes me think when he check raises and just snap bombs turn, he's either flopped the wheel, he's just flopped the straight, which would block like the 7-6, or more likely just has like a set or 2 pairs. Either way up, we're not going to do anything at all with our open-ender facing that line and those sizings. I would 3-bet the 7-9 suited, but stack sizes of both the players involved so far makes me not want to. Sam it down playing these games. Used to be a 50-0, 100-0 player. King Jack offsuit, push, fold, or D. 2 fish in the blinds, so we're going to call. Both fish instantly fold, but never mind. That needs to change, doesn't it? Settings. Game settings. Can't be having the min bet as the default. It's not what we're about. We're not about default min betting. If Redeemer opens on the cutoff, we're going to 3-bet him with ace 10 off. We've been opening a lot. And he's also been c-betting a lot, which isn't going to be too easy to play against with a hand as weak as ace 10 off suit. It might just be that I've noticed Redeemer because he tried to chat to me in the first video. He might not be opening a ton, but he seems to be opening his fair share. And certainly seems to be c-betting a decent amount. So I don't want to be defending offsuit ace-x out of position against somebody who c-bets a lot. I'm just going to be like folding way too often post-flop. Squeezed pretty small by a fish. I almost want to fold. Clearly we can't, but I almost want to. And we don't get to see where he had because he just took it down. This guy's having exactly $12. I'm going to make a weird, well, not an assumption, a loose assumption that he might be like a quote-unquote pro short stacker. He's got the fish tag for now, but he's got exactly 12, so if he's auto-reloading a lot to 12, then I don't want to like risk getting squeezed by him if we just call. Get an interesting flop here with a 3-bet pot. I'm going to bet just to retain the initiative and not get too lost in the hand. We get raised, we're just going to have to fold. Don't expect to get raised very often on this board at all, but if we do, we just have to fold. If we get called on that board, we got to proceed with extreme caution. And if he folds, then whatever, we just had the best hand, but never mind. And we're just going to check fold now, I think, unless he bets tiny, because it's a fish and he's just going to have way too much ace-x in his range. And if he has just floatages with a hand like king, queen, or some other random nonsense, he's probably going to check it back. And if he just bluffs us, then good for him. He just gets to win the pot. Again, we've been 3-bet really small. Attack him as a fish just for using that absurd sizing. So literally just clicked it back to us, hasn't he? We could 4-bet bluff. He might just, this might be a misclick. In fact, given that it is a min 3-bet, I actually am going to like turn my hand into bluff and just try and 4-bet here, because if are we we're going to call? No, we're going to go with this, and if there's like 5 bets or whatever, then we just put a note on him that he min bets super strong, min 3 bets super strong. Not enough money to justify calling with this out of position. We get a thoroughly miserable flop for our ace-8, and I'm just going to give up at this point. I thought he maybe misclicked pre-flop. When he calls the 4-bet, he clearly hasn't, no idea what he's doing here, but clearly hasn't misclicked. So yeah, but sometimes when we see the min 4-bet, it could easily, the min 3-bet could very easily be a misclick. But I don't really want to be calling with ace-8 suited out of position and just playing a guessing game. It's a reasonable hand to 4-bet bluff with. If he is a sort of player who's just like 4-betting random hands, 3-betting random hands, then it's a reasonable hand to 4-bet with. Well, all in all, I'm not that pleased with how I played the hand. You know, no point pretending it was anything other than pretty moderate all round. He limped, we ISO'd, he called. Not the greatest of flops for us. We'll see, but anyway. Dreadful turn card, give up. This session hasn't started too well, has it? 8-7. Flop check through. Call, see a river. 3's a shit river. If he bombs, we're just going to fold. Giving up with the king queen. And now we have to call for the chop, which I don't particularly like, because he can easily have hands like 6-8, etc. But whatever. Just like floated the jack 10 randomly. Seems a bit strange. Right. Don't remember the action from this hand now. I probably shouldn't have started this second session. I'm getting tired. Do not remember the action. But I do know lots of draws I've missed. Including the king 8 offsuit. No fucking clue what happened in that hand. Need to switch on and focus. I don't remember what happened. Literally don't remember the pre-flop action. What the fuck was it? So he limped. Okay. He limped, we isolated. Flop check check. He just bluffed turn river. Right. Focus, Reggie. Focus, focus, focus. I am getting tired. It's like 20 past midnight here. I've been up for 16 hours now. If it wasn't a Friday night, I might well not be playing, but it's a Friday night and it's a good night for playing. But I do need to be aware that this session has started not well, and it's primarily down to a lack of focus on my part. So let's try and regain it. Super easy 4-bet, get it in here against Redeemer, who we suspect's been being a little bit aggro against us. Just barrel this turn to value, protect against draws, etc. We get raised, we're going to fold. Check back on the jack for sure. If he bets, we might have to call. It's super easy check back here. And we beat the 8-7. Nothing much to protect against here with the king, so we'll check back and see a turn. I'm going to make a small value bet. Some draws have turned up. We're going to set mine here and pray for the deuce, even though I'm not religious. And that's what happens when you don't have religion. You don't hit sets when you use words like, I'm going to pray. I'm not going to pray, am I? I'm not going to upset anyone who is a religious person, but I'm not. And me then saying I'm going to pray for a set is fucking ridiculous. And I don't deserve to hit a set when I come out with such nonsense. This Redeemer, I might have to open my hold and manage in a moment and see if we can't get any info on him. If anything interesting continues to happen here, I'll come back and show us. And it turns out Redeemer had opened under the gun with 8-7 suited, which I think is fine. No issue with that. Then he c-bet his gut shot, didn't he? Pretty dry flop. But we're going to bet. Hopefully someone calls with a 4 or a deuce or something. We get raised, which is fun. I'm not going to 3-bet on this flop. There's not just no draws he can have. If he's got Jack X, he's probably going to continue betting anyway on the turn of the river. If he's got the bigger set, then let's not lose the maximum. King Jack. Yeah, so we probably miss value by not 3-betting that on the flop, but there's just not that much on the flop he can call with when we 3-bet. That exactly that King Jack, Ace Jack that he's limped in with. That is no doubt going to seem incredibly nitty to a lot of you guys, and it feels a bit nitty to be completely honest. But I didn't want to 3-bet the flop and get it in, because on that board section I don't think we're going to get it in great too often. So then we just call them. Obviously we just call the turn, and we just hope to like check call the river too, I guess. On a wetter board we can easily get it in there. That was like deuce Jack 9 2-tone or deuce Jack 10 2-tone or whatever. Then no issue just 3-betting and getting it in. But on Jack deuce 4 rainbow, you know, are we really going to get stacks in? We're going to get 100 blinds in there against much. Ace Jack, King Jack, probably that's about it. This time it's going to be sets or folds, I would imagine. And if I'm wrong, then hang me on the washing line and beat me with a carpet beater. I'll deal with it. Mercury 87. Oh, that's homage to Freddie Mercury. And Queen 1987. Pretty sure it won't be though. Pretty sure it won't be. It's a shame I feel so tired, because these games look plenty fishy, and on another night I could easily see myself playing them for 3 or 4 hours, but that's not going to be what's happening tonight. My ears are stinging a little bit. I'll try and get another 26 minutes out of myself and then go from there. In the same situation on last video, we had an ace 10 suited that we've defended versus under the gun. We're going to probably defend this ace 9 suited versus middle position, but we're not going to feel great about it. Here's the problem: we could still easily have the best hand with ace 9 here, but how can we call down multiple streets? We just can't. I think there's a good chance of folding the best hand here, but King Queen, King Jack, 10, lots of things that just c-bet half pot there and just get to win. Probably maybe could have thought about 3-betting pre-flop against someone who thinks they're regular. So I'm going to 3-bet the ace Queen here pre-flop. Hopefully ready for this fucks off, and Mercury. Well, I don't mind if they both just fuck off, actually. Wouldn't be the worst result. And we get a 4-bet, which is going to fold. Usually when we're 3-betting pre-flop, unless we have like aces, kings, queens to a lesser extent, and ace king to a lesser extent, we should be really happy when we get folds. Even with like ace queen, ace jack, stuff like that, king queens, we should usually be happy when we get the fold. Well, that's how it feels to me anyway. Again, you guys might not agree, but most of the time pre-flop, if I'm 3-betting and I don't have a premium hand, I'm more than happy when we just take the pot down. More than happy. Either it's a hand that I really like looking at, like ace queen suited, king queen suited, etc. I don't mind taking a flop with them. I'm happy to take a flop with them, but I'm probably more happy when we just take it down, because I've had so many times when ace queen suited look fucking mega pretty, then it just comes down 4, 5, 6. You're like, ace queen suited don't look too pretty anymore, does it? So yeah, a lot of my pre-flops are made with the intention of taking them down pre, which is where I put just that little bit more meat on them, just try to dissuade the calls. So I dissuade the calls a lot, but when I do have a value hand, hopefully it gets me an extra bit of value sometimes. I guess you can't really have it both ways, but we can try. I don't see many of those to the pound. Players from Jordan. Redeemer's come with the call this time. We flop a gut shot. Which I feel pretty comfortable c-betting. Board as dry as this. The only real draws are straight draws. We do not bink the straight on the turn. We have been called in 2 places. Seems like a reasonable spot to just say, you know what, I'm giving up. Seems like a good board to c-bet on table 1. King low, no suits. Jack pops off on the turn. He snap called the flop. Torn between just like block betting here and checking. I think betting achieves pretty much. Just bet 1/3 pot here. He doesn't raise me with a king, he just calls me with a king. He might have like, oh, fuck knows what to call with. That's the problem. What does he call with? Nope, we're just checking up. He goes check, check, and we win. Queen 5. Well, hello, Queen 5. One of those spots when you make your hand, you're like, shit, now what do I do? It's easy when you don't have a hand. When you make one, it's a problem sometimes. I call here because it's a good chance this fish is just going to call 2 and we get to play a flop multi-way, which is just fine with this type of hand. Race here, and I don't mind if we just take it down. It's just too small of a bet. I just don't want to let people, especially when our Redeemer's into, we're almost certainly ahead of Redeemer. So if Redeemer does something crazy, if this guy folds and Redeemer does something monkey-ish, then we might just say fuck it and go with it. Both guys call, which is interesting. Oh, look at that flop we would have got with our ace 10 of diamonds. Would have been exciting. Now I don't know what to do anymore with this other hand. Also, this pot's probably too big for my hand. Well, no draws got there. All I've got to say about this is didn't expect 2 callers. This is a check, don't know. Probably have to call against Redeemer if he bets. You know, Redeemer's the guy that can have the most draws. Just call pre, call a 60, call again. He can have a lot of draws. This is the guy I'm most worried about. This, whatever the fuck that name is. And it just gets more complicated. Because now some nut flush draws are ahead of us. I think it just needs to be a check fold. And it was such an awful position here, because if he bets and he folds, we can think about calling. If he checks, redeemer bets, we have to fold, because we don't know what this guy's doing. And he did just have the nut flush draw, which is pretty annoying. See if we're right on redeemer. What did redeemer have? Queen jack. So we were fucked always up there, weren't we? Really hate redeemer's line though. Again, I don't want to feel like I'm picking on your redeemer. Genuinely don't. I don't know. I'm not sure if you should just fold the flop there. Not sure you should bet the money. You should bet the... Who knows? Who the fuck knows? I probably shouldn't even raise the flop. There's a lot of shit going on there that I'm not a fan of. Both from me and from my opponents. 9-10 suited is damn pretty. It's damn pretty. Ugh, not so pretty anymore. I think it's a fold given the board texture. If this was Queen 10-4 rainbow, I don't think we could fold at this point, but on that board texture he's going to fold. We're dead if a heart comes and he bets again. Nothing we can do. We might already be in big trouble. And for some reason the auto reload's not working. Oh no, it is. Just 888 being its usual buggy fucked up self, I guess. What are these fucking min bets all about? I think we probably have the best hand here. The question is, do we check? Because we think he's giving up a lot, giving a chance to bluff again, or do we just like bet for thin value and get value from what exactly? Who knows? This donk bet doesn't make a lot of sense, but we have nothing and no equity, so it doesn't matter. Just randomly stabbed with his offsuit 4. Yes, this session certainly hasn't gone as well as the first session yet, but never mind. Swings and roundabouts. He's ready for this. He's definitely an aggressive regular. I think he does his fair share of 3-betting. King 6 offsuit. Tons of guys defend that. I know they do. I couldn't give a fuck about defending it. Couldn't give a shite about defending that hand. Could easily 3-bet the queens there, but there's a limp under the gun. There's 2 fish in the blinds. And rather take my queens post flop against people who think might be fishy than 3-bet them and just isolate myself against the better parts of Gerson's range. It's just a style thing. It's what I personally like to do. I'm just going to bet really small here. 1/3 pot. I'd be betting my entire range just as if I did have 7s full or 10x here. Again, I would just be betting that size. And then just some random bluffs, maybe 2 overcards if I ever had like 9-8 suited, that type of thing as well. Person calls, ace pops. I don't think he's got an ace that often that wants to check call there. He can have some, of course, because we bet small, but I think most of his range is likely to be middle pocket pairs, maybe some 10x that he's just getting unnecessarily trappy with. I'm going to call with the queen 10 off here because of the fish. We're not going to bet though, and we're going to probably call the river, I think. I don't think there's very much value to be had here. I'm going to make quite a weak check back. Yeah, jacks. Unfortunate that the ace come. It stopped us getting 2 streets, but never mind. God knows what's happening with this 30 pence, 30 cents bet. But we're going to raise it up a little. And he min bets, min 3 bets. We'll note that. Just so we know for next time, and we're just going to fold now. Not worry about it. I'll limp into an aggressive regulars big blind with a reasonable hand that can call a raise. Sometimes we're going to have like a limp raise range there too. So it's not just always limping the weak stuff. Flop pretty well with our king 7. If we're going to miss, it's a good way to miss. And if he had more money, I would bet the turn jam the river. He doesn't, so I'm just going to take my free card. Miss with it. It's tempting to overbet shove here. But I just think he's going to look me up with a jack or a 9 way too often. Just don't think we can win if we check. But I don't think he's going to fold a 9. He's certainly not going to fold an 8. Or a jack. Ace deuce. That's one of the fuckers he'd fold for sure. Okay. Random. Float. Oops. Just so we know in future we can take pretty aggressive lines versus him. And call with a 10-9 suited and hope Gromade comes along. And we flop pretty well. It's certainly going to be check raise time. I'm not going to double barrel the 9s. Yeah, I'm going to river a straight though. Tempted to overbet here. Good chance one of these guys have an ace after the flop checks through that they're giving up with. And now it comes to, do we want to overbet the river? Do we want to underbet the river? Just to make sure we get the call. If we think he's got 2 pairs, then betting big makes a lot of sense. And he did back into the ace queen, which is somewhat unfortunate for him. But happy with how I played the hand. Mistake there, should have stopped to see his stack size before I called, but never mind, I flopped top pair, so it's a good start. Turn trips, which is even better. I just don't think he has anything here. I don't think there's anything they can pay me with. If he has a 3, he's going to bet probably. If he has a 7, the only thing I missed value from is a 7 by checking. But I'm going to check and let him bluff. If he just gives up, well, he just gives up. Fuck my life. Not a huge fan of isolating because of the fish in the big blind stack size, but we don't have to do it, but I like to do it in these situations, and we flop pretty well. Could see bet for protection here, but I quite like checking back in these spots, like disguising my hand a little bit. Don't like it when the ace pops. Now I'm going to make a, I don't know what I'm going to make a bet to achieve. But we have a good shot with flush draw. If we don't have the best hand, I mean, it looks like if he has got a hand like king, queen, jack 10, he's not going to bluff with it. So therefore, if we do have the best hand, we may as well just not let him realise his equity for nothing. And if we don't and he calls, then we have some outs. Yeah, I'm going to look like a cunt when he just like shows me his ace-5 offsuit here or his ace-6 offsuit, aren't I? I'm going to look like a cunt who's butchered it by not betting the flop, but never mind. Yeah, we just let him get there with his ace-10. But who knows, he may have caught the flop anyway. Who the fuck knows? Trip aces. Nice. This guy showed up earlier with him when we had the 8-7. I wonder if it was jack 8. We don't know because he just folded the river, didn't he? Let's check through. I don't think anyone's got anything here. I think we're just going to win this bet, win this pot with getting 2 folds here right now, but we need to bet. Now the flush has got there, which is unfortunate. He leads out, which is even more unfortunate. We don't have a spade in our hand, which is even more unfortunate still. What do we beat? What do we beat that checks flop, check calls, turn, donks this river? What do we beat? Apart from random nonsense. I think him typing fish in the chat box there helped me find a fold. People typically, even in online games, they seem to me that when they're typing things in, it's usually because they want to call. Could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Oh, yeah. Pleasantly surprised by how soft these games have been tonight. They haven't been massively reggy. There's been lots of players with less than 100 blinds. I just need to have the discipline to win them through the day. If I can't get action on Sky, don't go chasing action on 888. Because speed poker games through the day are the fucking pits most of the time. I just need to show that discipline that if I can't get action on Sky during the day, then I just don't play. I just do something else. I don't like this situation too much. It's a fish, you can have a few 6x's. Sure. Not too many random bluffs, I guess. I think if he bets this river, we can probably fold. Because he's going to like check back his worst jacks and stuff now, you would imagine. If he has got any like jack 9s, jack 8s, that type of shit, he's not going to bet them again. Or at least you wouldn't think that he would. He's had some random bluff. You're going to bet turn and river here. With a flush draw, hopefully he hasn't just hit the king. I mean, obviously if he's got a king, he's never folding. The bet here is to get him off better ace X that's floated. Not ace 10, ace jack, ace queen. Let's check back flop floated turn, and then maybe get him off if he's like got pocket six or something like that. So this session hasn't been as good as the first. I think I've been a little bit tired and I've just not played as well as I did in the first session. But still, I think once I realised that I was a bit off the ball, I think I've done well to like pick myself up and go, and yeah, I think we made a little bit of money. But I am very tired now. I'm literally rubbing my eye as I speak. And as I said earlier, if this was another day when I wasn't tired, if I'd had my usual sleep pattern going and I had to get up early to go to a meeting in work this morning, if I hadn't had to do that and I hadn't got up till my usual mid-morning, or if I'd had my afternoon nap that I quite often have, there's every chance I'd be playing these games for another 2 hours, but that isn't going to be the case tonight. Which is unfortunate because I hate walking away from good games. But there's always tomorrow. There's always another day. Yeah, I am really tired. We're going to just sit out. Next big blind on both tables, and I'm going to hit the hay. Just similarly, a folded queen nine suited against a regulars under the gun open. We're going to call the queen nine suited on the button. This is a fishes under the gun open. We get min 3-bet, which is a minor inconvenience. Then the 4-bet comes in. Yeah, whatever. We're just going to fold now because we just don't know if this guy's going to like put the 5-bet in. Yeah, he does. Good fold, Reggie. We'll watch this over here for the lols. Oh, they keep clicking it back to each other. And then the call comes in, and then we would have flopped the nut flush draw had we managed to stick around for all those clickbacks. And a 4-bet bluff with my ace jack here. And we're not going to make it too big. He's made it, what, 9 blinds? We're 19 there. I think it's fine. As a like 4-bet bluff size, I'd probably make it slightly bigger if you had aces or kings versus someone who isn't playing a full stack. He's a fish, but he doesn't know that. He's not likely to know that either. Calls. We flip a backdoor nut flush draw. I'm going to delay c-bet here. I'm going to check back in. If he checks the turn, we're just going to bet turn, bet river. Jack of spades seems like a particularly useful card to me. Hands I think he can have here that take this line. Most likely hand will be pocket queens. I don't think people 3-bet squeeze 9s that much pre-flop. Probably doesn't have much 6x in his range. A regular could have more 6x than a fish, I would imagine. So we could be beat here still, but clearly we can't fold, and calling doesn't make too much sense. It's going to piss me off if we call and then we get like a red queen on the river and he jams. So we're probably going to have to fold then, but I think we can just call here and just play a river. And red 5 seems pretty safe. If he jams, I think we're just going to have to go. I'm going to have to just call it off. If he checks, then so do we jam to get value from king jack and stuff? That's going to be the question. Do we do this? What worse hands can call if we do this? King jack. Not many, is there? There's not many. Ace 7 suited. Happy days. Interesting days and happy days. So there we go, end of the video, 45 minutes, perfect, semi-interesting hand to finish. Hope you guys have enjoyed seeing a little bit of Snap action. I haven't made a Snap video for years. There's probably going to be a mixture over the coming days of Snap, or coming weeks of Snap and Sky, while Sky have this ridiculous promotion. Probably going to be more Snap than Sky, to be honest, because during the day it's harder to make videos. People are just around. Sometimes the wife's around, other family members. So there's more than likely be a few more Snap videos than there is Sky videos coming soon, but I'm sure most of you guys won't mind that, because most of the guys that actually watch my channel are probably speed poker players anyway. So good stuff. If you have got to this point in the video, then I give you a virtual high five. Please don't forget to hit the like button, and we'll be back soon. Bye bye for now.